In this video, we're going to go over how to find your state representatives. If you're watching this, presumably you have already found your local ones, so congratulations, the hardest part is behind you. I'm going to assume that everyone watching this video lives in either Tennessee or Georgia, but if you don't, this process will work the same for you regardless. So I'm going to start with Tennessee. I'm going to search for state of Tennessee. And you'll find that the Tennessee state government comes up right here. So it's tn.gov. And we're going to start by looking at the government. So we'll click on government. And you'll find here we've got the governor, we've got the first lady, local governments, all that good stuff. But this is not what we're looking for. We are looking for the Tennessee legislature. So let's check out elected officials. You'll see that we've got all kinds of Tennessee representatives. Now, these are representatives of Tennessee, but they represent us in the U.S. government. So it's easy to get confused here. Just know that this list, these are people who serve in the U.S. House of Representatives. So that wasn't especially useful, was it? No. Let's go to then, I'm just going to click over here on legislative bill search. As strange as that sounds, it's going to take us over here to the Tennessee General Assembly, which is the name of the legislature here in the state of Tennessee. So in order to find my representatives, all I have to do is type in or go to find my legislator, and I can either zoom in on this map, and right now I'm looking at Senate districts. So I mentioned earlier that I live in Monteagle. So I live in this district here, and this district, my senator is Janice Bowling. If I click on that, it'll take me straight on over to her website with information about her, how to get in touch with her, different committees that she's served on, bills that she's sponsored or co-sponsored. So really lots of great information here. I can do the same thing by scrolling down and looking at the House districts. Remember, everybody has two. We have one in the House, one in the Senate. So I come down here. I live in Monteagle, and let's see. I have to go in a little bit closer because Monteagle is cut up into pieces, and so I have to really zoom in here. But I live in this general vicinity, so when I click on that, I find out that David Alexander is my House member, and I can click on him and get more information. Okay, so that's how I'm going to find my state representatives if I live in Tennessee. It also has my congressional districts here, but we'll talk about that in another video. Okay, now let's say you don't live in Tennessee, you live in Georgia. So I'm going to go to georgia.gov. And on the georgia.gov website, I can go to elected officials. We'll see the governor and the lieutenant governor, but we don't care about them. We're looking for the House and the Senate. So I'll first click on the Georgia House of Representatives, and I can see a list of them. If I want to find mine, I can find my lawmaker by going to the Secretary of State's webpage. And on this webpage, I can type in my, let's see, what do I want to do? I don't actually want to do this. I want to look at MVP, my voter page. Isn't that clever? Okay, maybe you do have to put that in, but that seems like really invasive to me. So maybe instead we'll go to openstates.org. And here you can type in your address. Now, I just want to say, I'm going to put in an old address of mine from like a really long time ago when I lived in Texas. So you'll notice here that it has my House and Senate, but I have to be really careful because this may be giving me my U.S. House and U.S. Senate. But this is actually giving me Senate District 8 in the Texas Senate. So it is giving me my state legislators. Again, I just encourage you to be really careful so that you don't accidentally get a lawmaker who is not in your district. You can also look here and just see like, you know, the different names of the districts. But like, let's say for example that you live in Fort or Oglethorpe. That's not even on there. Maybe I'm thinking of a different place. Like if you live in Chickamauga, you know, maybe it's just as simple as saying, oh yeah, this is my guy. But, and we can look at his district map. But if you want to be more precise about it, you can type in your address in the Open Secret, or sorry, the other website that I showed you. Right, so this will show you the map. Okay, so that feels like it was a little muddy, but I hope that that made sense. Each state is going to be a little bit different. Most of us in here are going to be either in Tennessee or Georgia, but this is how you would find your representatives at the state level.